What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish and Chuckles YouTube channel. Today is Rogue Tuesday, and as you see, we're playing a Bronzong deck. Now, to me, Bronzong's still kind of rogue. It's won some cities, but it hasn't won a lot of cities. And it's an up-and-coming deck. A lot of people still don't know about it, so that's why I consider it kind of roguish. It might be maybe like tier 1, maybe tier 1.5. I don't know. Depends on how you consider it, but I still consider it rogue. It might be a main deck. But we are looking at Chris Fullop's deck from 60cards.net. Like always, I'll have his link down below. Like always, go check it out. His article is really long, and it's really nice. It explains like how his deck's evolved over cities, and it shows like how creative somebody could be with their deck. I know nowadays people aren't really creative with their deck list, and Chris Fullop, he's always been really creative since Worlds 2003, 2004, whatever year it was. So, really good article. Please go check it out if you haven't read it already. But let's go over the deck real quick. Also, Chris does a really nice breakdown of this deck. So if I don't explain these cards 100%, he does a pretty nice job of doing it too, if you don't mind reading. Well, let's go over the deck. First up is A/EX. And, sorry, I got a text message. But A/EX, you prevent all damage done to this Pokemon if that Pokemon has special energies to it. So if a Pokemon you're attacking against has special energy, they cannot hurt A/Slash. So it's kind of a big thing right there. It kind of helps against Donphan. Seismitoads can't Quake Punch you. I mean, the effect still goes off, but they don't do any damage to you. But its attack Slash Blast does 40, the 20 plus more damage for each metal and energy attached to it. So once you have 3 on it, you're doing 40, 60, 80, 100, just off straight metals. Now usually you can have like a metal and a DCE and do like 60 or 80 with a muscle band. So those are some kind of things you attack with A/Slash. It's basically your special energy kind of counter. Now your main engine right here is Bronzong. Now Bronzong, once during your turn before you attack, you may attach your metal energy from one of your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. Now if you have like 2 Bronzongs on the bench, which is what you mostly want to have down as 2 Bronzongs, you can Metal Lynch twice. It's kind of like Dynamotor, if you remember that at all from Rails or Zekils or whichever one you played. Maybe CMT with Eels. I don't, not CMT, but Tornadoes, Eels. I don't know. But Bronzong's kind of your energy accelerator right here, which makes the deck really viable and good. Now here's kind of your big attacker, Dialga. I like him a lot. The first attack here, Chrono Wind, does 60 damage, but if defeating Pokemon isn't EX, it can attack you during your opponent's next turn. So let's say you're playing against like Seismitoad and you Chrono Wind them. Now they hit to like retreat the Seismitoad, or they can't like Quake Punch you, which is really good. Versus Genesect, if you could do it before they get Emerald Slash, like if you go like turn 2 Chrono Wind, and now they can't Emerald Slash, they're sitting there like, how do I get energies in my Genesect? Evital is kind of a little bit shaky because they can still like retreat and attack when they're the Evital, but Dialga still puts some work in with the Chrono Wind. But its main kind of effect right here is Full Metal Impact. So for 2 metal and a DC, it does 150. You have to discard 2 metals to it, which is not so bad because you can get it back with Bronzong. But with a Muscle Band, you do 170, which knocks out most EXs in this format, which is pretty nice. Next up is Heatran. Now Fullop talks a lot about him having problems with the Manectric decks, which I can see why, just because it is steel resistance, so it makes some funky math numbers. But Heatran kind of fixes that. So first up, its first attack, Steel Drop. If there's a taking play, the attack does 40 more damage, so it does 80 total for a Steel and DCE. But Steam Blast, this Steam Blast actually knocks out Donphans, the 130 HP Pokemon, and it's kind of like your Sigil Suicune counter too. So that's also a really nice attack right there. But against Manectric, they can't 2-shot you. I mean, the only way they can't 1-shot you, so they have to 2-shot you if you don't have a muscle band attached. But you also 2-shot them, so you're trading like Heatran for an EX, which is obviously really nice because you're 2-shotting them while they're 2-shotting you. Because you do 130 to them, and they're only doing maybe like 60 at the hit play, like a laser, like 90. So your Heatrans can stack some damage up on them. So that's kind of why Heatran is in here, just helping with Manectric and to kill like walls and Sigilyphs and Suicunes. Next up, Jirachi. Jirachi should be played in almost every deck, just because you play it down and you search your deck for a supporter card, put it in your hand, and show it to your opponent and put it in your hand. So basically, It kind of helps you with dead draws and everything, which is always really nice. And also, you can Hypno Strike with Jirachi if you want to. It does 60 damage, and both this Pokemon and the defending Pokemon are asleep. Maybe you're like, how do I do 60 damage? You're like, alright, Jirachi, DC Metal. I wouldn't advise to attack with it any other way besides that way. So that's why Jirachi's here, just kind of get supporters. The deck does play one Mewtwo, just kind of helping against big Evital decks or big Mewtwo. Even against Manectric. Fullop talks about how it helps against Manectric just because you can do X-Ball for a lot of damage for them because they usually have 2 or 3 energies attached to them, depending on like if they had attached like a Lightning and a DC or something. So basically what you're using is for just X-Ball, which does 20 times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon and the defending Pokemon. Next up, Seismitoad. Now, Seismitoad is just kind of your early kind of Pokemon. Quick Punch, 30 damage. Your opponent can play item cards. Basically, you're trying to slow them down while you set up. That's why Toad's in here. Alright, so that's the Pokemon. Let's go over the trainers and supporters. First up is Computer Search. You discard 2 cards in your hand, search deck for a card, and put it in your hand. So just kind of help with consistency, search out whatever you need. The deck just play 1 Escape Rope, just to kind of drag up, kind of like another Lysander, drag up another Pokemon from the bench if you need to. Basically, your opponent switches their active with the bench, and you switch one of your Pokemon with the bench. And it kind of helps with like the Dialga kind of thing, because you do have to like switch every turn to attack with Dialga. Next up, it does play 1 Laser. Now, the reason why it plays 1 Laser is it's a lot of reasons. If your opponent, if Dialga's attacking somebody and they're 180 HP, you can drop a Laser and actually knock them out. If you're playing against Manectric, since they have Steel weakness, if you drop a Band, a Laser, and they have Verbank in play, you can knock them out that way, because you're doing 150, then 170 with the Muscle Band, then minus 20 from resistance, but then 30 plus the Poison and Verbank, which actually knocks out Manectric. So that's one way you can knock out Manectrics too. So I know Fullop used to play 4, he bumped it down to 1, and his article it does tell why. So like I said, go read it. It has a lot of reasons why he has his cards in here like this. Plays 2 Switch, just as I said, you can get out the active spot with Dialga. Plays 4 Ultra Ball just to get consistency with Pokemon. 4 Verse Seeker, which is really nice because you play the 1 AZ, the 1 Skyla, the 1 Chorus. So it just helps you search out supporters from your discard pile into your hand. So the supporters, easy, put 1 Pokemon into your hand, but you have to discard all cards attached to it, which seems bad, but it's kind of a nice way to get medals into the discard if you need to. You can pick up, you can pick up any Pokemon basically, and basically put the medals in the discard. Now sometimes you have to discard like a DC or Muscle Band, but for the most part you're trying to get medals in the discard. It does play 1 Chorus. You do usually have a full bench, so that's why Chorus is really nice in this deck. Lysander, every deck's playing it now. Switch to bench with switch your opponent's bench Pokemon with its active, so you basically drag up a Pokemon you want to knock out. Deck plays 4 in. Shove your hand into your deck and draw as many prize cards you have left. And this is the first time we see Sycamore, which is exactly the same as Juniper. Discard your hand and draw 7. Fullop said he played for Sycamore, so I put Sycamore in the list. Now this way 1 Skyla, and this is just to help you search with like the 1 Laser or the 1 Muscle Band, maybe the Escape Rope. Just kind of help you search out cards that you need. Basically, you grab a trainer card, reveal it, and put it in your hand. So you can get like any supporters, you can get anything except Pokemon with this, but you can get an Ultra Ball to get a Pokemon. So now the deck does play Magnetic Storm. This kind of goes along with the Manectric kind of thing, just because, like I said, Manectric does have resistance to Steel, and which kind of messes the Full Metal Impact thing. But if you can drop it down, Full Metal Impact for a knockout, and like I said, next time they drop like a Verbank, you can drop like a Laser to kind of counter, like kind of help you with the Verbank. I mean, when they drop the Verbank, you kind of help yourself. I know it's kind of weird, like I said, but like I said, once again, check out Chris' article. It explains a lot. I promise, it's really good. The deck does play 3 Muscle Band just because you need Full Metal Impact with them a lot. And the deck does play 4 DC just because everybody needs like a DC. Heatran needs a DC. Jirachi needs a DC. Dialga needs a DC. Mewtwo, of course, needs a DC. And Seismitoad, even Aegislash needs a DC if you don't attack turn 2. So it's just really nice to help attack turn 2. The deck does play 8 metal just because you need a lot of metal energies in the discard pile to use metal links. Alright, and we'll check out the deck. And also, I'm playing against a friend. His name is Mac. He has his own YouTube channel called Rocket's Game Corner. I'll leave that actually in the description down below too. I think he's going to record the match too, and you can go see his I guess view of the match and how he figure things out. I think we're going to play a couple matches too, so you might see a match that I don't have on here that he puts on there too. If you want to see the deck, if it's him using the match and not me, it's probably because I'm losing. If it's me using it, it's probably because I'm winning. So we'll see how the deck works out. And alright, let's see how it goes. Alright guys, like I said, we're playing against Mac, and we're seeing he plays a Grass, Lightning, and Psychic deck. And of course I'm playing Fullop's list. He probably goes first. I wouldn't see why you would not go first. I imagine he's playing like Virizion Genesect. And since we know that, I'm going to start with Heatran. Just because, like I said, we saw the Grass, which is kind of the bad thing about PTCGO. Oh, okay, we might see a Plasma deck. And if that's the case, we're going to be in a really good position. Just because we have the Aegislash. Oh, there's an Eevee. Maybe he's playing like a... I don't know what he's playing. I don't know. I'm just stop guessing. We'll just see what happens. Alright. So we had a good hand, and then he ended me Wade. And now we have a somewhat decent deck. We need top deck. Alright, so top deck computer search. We'll drop the Dialga down for sure. We'll computer search away the Lysander and the Metal. And I'm gonna get a Juniper, and I'm gonna attach a DC to the bench. Dialga. So here we go. Then we'll Juniper here. And we'll see what we get. I don't want to drop the second Heatran right now. So we got a Mewtwo, DCE. We'll just keep like this, see what happens, see what my opponent does. I could escape rope and make him switch the EV up front, but then next turn I can't Bronzong to Dialga if I do get if I top deck a Bronzong. So we'll see. Next turn we do have the capability of knocking out the Thunders. Actually, if I escape rope, I can't knock out the Thunders. We'll try to see what Mac's going to do. And there's a lot of things he could do his turn to mess my hand up. But we do have a Sycamore discard a lot of Metal Energies. The only problem with Eevee, I never know what he's playing. He could play like a Flareon deck, which is going to be really bad. And I need to drop this Toad and Mewtwo. And if he's not playing Flareon, then I don't need to drop the Toad. But I'll probably still need to drop the Mewtwo. We'll see. So he plays a Plasball. Let's switch decks for a Plasma Pokemon. He gets a Deoxys. That makes it where he Thunders does more damage. So right now this Thunders is doing 40 instead of 30. So not really doing much to Heatran. So we see this like energy going to Deoxys. Verse Seeker, his only support in there is N. So here is N. Shuffle our hand and draw 6. Alright, so we get Ultra Ball, discard a Metal and something. So we see a Leafeon. See Muscle Band, so right now it's doing 60. I mean, we can actually knock out the Thunders, which that's gonna be nice. Okay, so we Skylift for a Muscle Band. I freaked out there for a second. I didn't know what was going on. Ultra Ball, discarding this. We'll discard the Magnetic Storm. I don't think he has anything that has resistance. So we'll get a Bronzong. Put the Bronzong down. Put a Metal Energy, Muscle Band, Metal Links here. And we'll switch into the Dialga, knocking out this Thunders EX. Boom! Full Metal Impact. 170. But we do discard the 2 Metal. I don't want to drop the Size Doe just because he is playing the Leafeon. And that's kind of bad to drop it down. Here comes his Leafeon. Right now it's only doing 60 since he dropped another Deoxys. Plays a Juniper. Discards a Kyurem. Here's a Fresletter. We did top deck an Aegislash too, which is really nice. So next time we can't attack with Aegislash. And since right now he has all special energies, he won't be able to attack the Aegislash next turn. So we see Water Energy coming down. And another Water Energy. So he's kind of playing like I think he's playing more like a Kyurem Deoxys kind of deck. So here we see a Leafeon for 60. That's not really what we wanted to see. But like I said, we can attack with this Aegislash and make it where he can't attack me this turn. Kind of stinks, so we have to treat. But at least we can do 60 to it. And next turn we can knock it out. And like I said, right now he can't really do much to this Aegislash just because it does have the ability Mighty Shield, which prevents attacks by special energies or Pokemon with special energies hurt it. So right now we're doing pretty good. I guess it depends what other Eevees my opponent is playing, what Mac is playing. Also, we need top deck a supporter. We do have 3 more Lysanders, 3 more Sycamores, 4 Ends, a Colress. I'm not really sure what's all prized. I didn't check to see, which is kind of my fault. Oh well, you live and die. Mac's taking a minute to decide what he wants to do. So we see Water Energy going into the Eevee. I might get a Vaporeon. Oh, maybe he doesn't play Vaporeon. There we see a Skyla. Okay, gets an N for next turn, which that's going to help me a lot. Maybe he doesn't want to Juniper all this stuff away. Now what is Mac going to do here? Does he leave this Leafeon active and let it get hurt? Or does he switch into one of the Deoxys? So we just see him attack the Leafeon. Like I said, it doesn't do any damage. We draw a Metal Energy. Question is, what do I do with it? We'll attach it to this Dialga, little Metal Links to it. And that way we can attach a DC into it and knock out if he does bring up an EX. So we'll Slash Blast here for 60, knocking out that Leafeon. Whoops, my phone all of a sudden really big. Alright. So we'll see what Mac does. He might send in this Eevee. It's kind of his only attacker with the non special energy, and it does only have 1 retreat. So we see a Frozen City. Kind of hurts that we did discard the what's it called? The Magnetic Storm, but that's okay. Frozen City, whenever a player attaches energy from his hand, his or her hand put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So it's kind of a way to stack up damage. And we do see an end coming down from Mac. And if we have Jirachi, we can actually play Jirachi and get that and play this turn. Here we see another Thunders come down, another Eevee. What else does he get? See a Muscle Band, going into the Eevee. Mac's kind of in a bad situation right now. See a switch, bringing up the Deoxys, which it does not hurt my Ada Slash. Trying to think what we should do here. Is there 2 metals? There's only 1 metal in this card pile. Alright, we're going to Ultra Ball these 2 away, and hopefully we have a Jirachi. Alright, there's Jirachi. And I'll put the Jirachi down, looking for a Colress if it is in here. Look at there, first card. Colress doing some work right there. Alright, so off this Colress we need an Energy and a Bronzong maybe. Alright. So let's think here. If I attach this here, okay, we can Metal Links here. Attach metal here. Okay, I'll make sure that doesn't run metal resistance. So retreat to Dialga, and we will Full Metal Impact for knockout. Take 2 prizes. The only problem is if he knocks out this Dialga, we don't really have a way to attack next turn straight up. But we'll find a way. I'll find a way. We did get Mewtwo. We can knock out a Leafeon with Mewtwo. 20, 40. I don't know. We'll find some way. We'll see. What does Mac get? Does Mac even have anything? He is taking a minute. But you kind of see how this deck, how it can do really good with the Bronzong. Just powering a Pokemon. You can switch between Pokemon. Send out different attackers. We saw Ada Slash kind of tanking at this special energies. Mac couldn't really do anything. So we see another special energy going to this Deoxys. What else? What else does he have? And if he doesn't involve one of these EVs, I can just Lysander up and kill it. I think that's what we're going to see here. Yeah, so we're just going to Lysander one of these EVs and kill it. Because Chrono Wind does 60 and then plus almost been 80. So like I said, attach metal here, take 20 more damage. Lysander's EV. And Chrono Wind for knockout. So thanks for watching. Like I said, Mac's channel will be down below. If you can check out his YouTube channel, he does like video game stuff, and he not only does Pokemon, he does like Super Smash Brothers and all the different stuff. So it's interesting to see. And I'll have Fullop's article down below too, which it's nice to read. I promise. It's really good article. Good job Fullop writing it. And thanks for watching. Have a good day. Alrighty, bye.